Time is running out for XRP. XRP will start to rise toward $27.91 in the next 48 hours, or maybe even 24 hours. This will happen when the Ripple case is over and settled, as we saw last time. This information is true, and it has become a fact because the SEC and Ripple Labs have settled the XRP dispute. Ripple Labs and the SEC both agreed to a joint motion in the Southern District of New York that ends the injunction against Ripple. Ripple only has to pay $50 million to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, and the rest of the money will be returned to Ripple Labs. A big win for Ripple Labs and its crew. Of course, this is just the beginning. The United States of America has released a new document that the Trump administration has clearly mentioned and underlined. This will help XRP keep going up in value. This is done by giving banks, financial institutions, and other organizations a clear green light to utilize XRP without any limits. Soon, they will also be able to use RRLUSD, the XRP ledger-built stablecoin, without any constraints, which will make it practically skyrocket. We're talking about a huge amount of demand coming into XRP and the approved ledger, which will drive the price to go up a lot, because there isn't much of it. In reality, Donald Trump, the President of the United States, said on live TV that he wanted crypto, especially XRP. They're important because China will lead if we don't. I'll play the tape for you guys who are paying attention. I want cryptocurrency. I think crypto is vital because China will do it if we don't. Yes, you should go buy stock right now. Let me say something. This country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. These stats are going to be unlike anything anyone has ever seen. If we obtain that, it's a really crucial part of all of this. If you don't, the Democrats will simply fight it because they want to. They have Trump derangement syndrome, which means they wouldn't fight if it was someone else. If you had a normal person behind you, they would be fine. But they have better plans than you do. I don't know when Senator Schumer is going to get the ceremony, whatever it is. It's awful what has happened to the Democrats. So, very, very significant piece of everything of what we're doing unconnected to today, but related in the sense that we'll do, if that passes, we'll do even more business with the UK. We will have a lot, and there is money to be made with XRP right now. XRP might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Getting some free XRP is the best method to do this. That's why we worked with Uphold to give everyone who watches this video free XRP. To enter, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to simply enter. You also need to use the link in the description to establish an Uphold account and make a transaction. It could be as little as 1 penny, $1, or $10. But this is your best chance to get XRP for free. You can do it in less than 5 minutes, and it's free money. I also want to talk about a new initiative. RealFi is developing on the XRP ledger, which will allow for the tokenization of about 654 billion, 390 billion USD. Rumors say that the price will be 144.81 per XRP when it launches. This is the highest price XRP can reach. Realvia has finished phase 1 of its plan to tokenize $654 billion, $390 billion on the XRP ledger, which is what it says it would do. They've started an XRP giveaway to honor this huge milestone, and getting in is really easy. To enter, just follow them on Twitter or X, tweet with RealFi XRP, tag the RealFi team, and like and retweet this post. I've already done it, but now you have the chance to make a lot of money and a lot of XRP for free without spending a dollar. So be sure to follow the Realfy team on Twitter and share it and retweet it. This is huge for XRP and the Realfy tokenization initiative, which is built on the XRP ledger and adds millions of users every day. Let's talk about Realfy for a minute. Realfy is meant to be the global answer for real estate that is developed entirely on the XRP ledger. Realfy is in talks with a number of organizations about how to make it easier for people to use both XRP and the anticipated Real token in the future. Realfy is built on the XRP ledger and uses Realo to make payments. It will use the XRP ledger's fast, scalable, and low-cost infrastructure to create a universal, fast, and efficient payment solution for the worldwide real estate and rental industry. Real is the next-generation digital asset that will make property-related payments easy, safe, and efficient. It is designed to make real estate transactions easier all over the world. Realfy wants to connect the global real estate market, which is worth about $654 trillion, $390 billion, to the blockchain ecosystem. This will make it the leader in tokenized real estate on the XRP ledger. Realfy has gotten so big that after that news, a whale acquired more than 250 million XRP, which is worth more than $500 million, and the price didn't move. There was no pop, no whip, and no fun. This is what the idea is. People are buying XRP for millions, perhaps billions of dollars, and there's a reason for that. And although XRP's pricing doesn't show it right now, there is something big happening with XRP that will lead to a lot of people using it. And with the huge amount of value and volume that Realfy is about to add to the XRP ledger, it will be able to tokenize every piece of real estate in the world. This could mean that XRP could go up to $130. M and X's XRP is going to move up to $130 this cycle. In fact, and it might really happen as we see more volume and more institutions getting on the XRP bandwagon and trying to adopt it because it works so well. The United States of America formally approved XRP for institutions not too long ago. This is a huge step in getting people to use it. We did hear that Arthur Britton, one of the co-founders of XRP and Ripple, said publicly that XRP was made for $10,000 and needed to be able to grow to fit 7,500 million people, which at the time he was talking about the world's population. There is now clear regulation. XRP is now ready for businesses to use. This could represent the biggest step forward for Ripple and the XRP ecosystem thus far. I want you all to take a moment and really pay attention to this video. It says that Jeremy Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, argues that banks can easily accommodate crypto clients who hate XRP. Our job with Bitcoin is to look at the banks and see whether they can handle the risks and keep things safe. We think banks can service crypto consumers just fine as long as they know how to handle the dangers. A lot of the banks we monitor and supervise do that. You know, the bar has been set a little higher for banks who want to work with us. Now, I want to finish by going over the 4 main prices that you should always retain on your price charts. Right now, we see the real price of XRP as a large number. Forbes says that XRP is worth between $50,000 and $60,000. Wells Fargo is also seeing other numbers in the tens of thousands of dollars. And then we hear from analysts that the price will go up to $20.30 in the next week. In the following 48 hours, we might start to see that lovely pump. let's look at the four most important